Well, we all know the value of a home is determined by an appraisal, or is it? Federal government guidelines and restrictions have made appraisals less reliable than in years past. Real estate expert Linda Kraft is here to tell us now how the new appraisal process may affect your home value. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here.
Thank you.
All right, so when did the federal government make these changes?
So January 1st of 2015, they decided they needed to regulate all the appraisers. So they now have what's called a unified standard process that basically has the appraiser put all of the information into a computer system where there's a series of codes that will actually assign the value to the property.
Wow.
And it's uniform, so it's the entire country using this one database.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this sounds like it could be insulting to appraisers who come with a great deal of experience.
Absolutely, because it used to be that, well, of course, it takes a lot of years and a lot of hard work to actually become an appraiser and get on an approved mortgage list. And they would work so hard because they would want to be able to be an appraiser for a lender. Now there's something called AMC, Appraiser Management Company.
Wow.
And basically it's a third-party company where there's a rotation sort of like a pool. And so whenever a mortgage company needs an appraisal, they go to that company, and that company will then assign the next appraisal in line. Now the problem with it is that when they get that assignment, if it's out of their area, they're supposed to decline it. So it may be that they are in Fayetteville, but they get an appraisal for North Raleigh, and that's not their market area. So they should hit decline, but unfortunately many times they accept it because that's how they make a living. And then we have appraisers doing appraisals on property where they really don't know the neighborhoods or even the area.
Oh my goodness. Well, is there any way, for example, a buyer can protect themselves from an inexperienced or out of the area appraiser? Like, how do you know?
You start by choosing the right mortgage company.
Okay.
Because most mortgage companies have to use AMCs, but there are actually some out there that have met all the regulations and requirements to get approved by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, the people with the real money.
Right.
It says, hey, we will let you choose from an experienced pool of qualified appraisers, and of course they have to approve those for your loans. So if you're going to get a mortgage, there's a couple things you want to ask your mortgage company. First of all, do you use AMC? And if they say yes, run. You do not want an AMC.
Okay, so you don't want that.
No. Secondly, do you have in-house processing and underwriting? I mean, is my package, my loan package, going to stay right here in this building and you're going to get an answer here, or do you have to ship to Charlotte or Minnesota or wherever, because that's going to cause delays and a lot of potential problems
in those situations. Well, with the uniform standard practices, what happens when a home is very unique or has a lot of upgrades?
That is a real problem, because remember, a computer is assigning value based on a series of code that are nationwide. So in years past, if you had a seller who put in an in-ground pool for $50,000, an appraiser could look at it and say, you know, based on the cost of this pool and the neighborhood and the value, I might give it $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 worth of value, and the computer may say $5,000, uniform across the board.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay, so what happens when an appraisal comes in lower than maybe contract price?
Well, you can expect delays. You can also expect a lot of headaches and heartaches, because a lender will not loan above appraised value. So when it comes in low, there's some decisions to make. One, the buyer could pay above appraised value. The seller could decide to reduce to the appraised value so that the home could get sold, although if they've got a $50,000 pool or a lot of upgrades, I mean, you know, the value is there, the buyer sees it, the seller knows it, that may not happen. The contract can completely be terminated, meaning the sale falls apart, or the two of them can negotiate and come to a happy middle ground of how they make up that difference. But it's a painful process, and if you have a delay, you know that your whole house is packed up and you're trying to move and you've got things scheduled, and it really is very, very stressful when it doesn't appraise.
I bet it is. Well, thank you. This is such good information. And if you're thinking about buying a home, you can call Linda Kraft and team so they can help you save time, money, and a lot of headaches. You can call the number 919-235-0007 or visit lindakraft.com.